Folks, we are live trying to keep a straight face as the skinny of cats goes on in the background. All right, maybe not skinny of cats. Maybe it's Filipinos with bad karaoke skills and even worse skills to keep the microphone from getting
Having
feedback. Oh my God. You think after abusing this shit for as long as they have, they'd have figured this shit out by now, but no. So, welcome to Gamers Health. I happen to be Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR. And with me is my lovely wife, Rach, as every Saturday.
Good to see you.
So, I'm chilling with a rum and coke. I'm very pleased that Rach is okay. Well, this is it, right? We get to show Rach's face today.
Yeah.
You get to see the smile. You get to see the lack of extreme pain. She looks like just me for now, so it's my pretty face you have to deal with. No,
That's all good.
We got 4 people so far in the live stream. Rocking. So there's actually, stuff to talk about that isn't just Rachel's recovery and her operation, but holy crap, that is the main focus of this week because it was the main event. Tom, welcome.
Hello.
So, as most of you know, and if you watch Gamers Health, you likely know, Rach had they call it a procedure these days, and it's like yeah, you're getting like 3 stents in your heart. It's a procedure. We're taking out a tumor. It's a procedure. A lymph node or 3? It's a procedure. So procedure. We don't want to call it anything beyond a procedure. Could call it an operation. Then people think of like the old Milton Bradley game.
Yeah, we don't want to.
You touched a funny bone. You killed the patient. It's just a procedure. Nothing to worry. Well, I guess maybe operation. You have to stay overnight. And procedures we can throw you the fuck out.
Yeah, I don't know how that terminology works. I thought it was that if you had general anesthesia, that they made you stay to monitor you overnight from the effects, but no.
Fuck no.
Because I had some general anesthesia, man, and holy shit.
She got to ride for free.
Oh no, how free it was.
Well, actually, we can.
The lights went down, and then the lights came back up again.
You're like, is it over?
That's what I said. I'm like, it's over? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh, cool. Because I was happy I didn't wake up during.
Well, I can appreciate that. I don't want to wake up during it either, like you personally. I was like,
but I probably wouldn't have felt jack or shit because I didn't feel jack or shit generally. For the first 24 hours. And then I woke up the following morning, like, why does my throat hurt? Why do I have a bruise on the back of my throat?
Because you had a tube.
Which was a good distraction from the pain in my arm, the pinching in my armpit.
Tammy says that she Googled it, and it says that procedures don't usually involve an incision.
Well, this did.
And are less invasive. So they made one incision to
do 2 things.
To remove the tumor.
Yeah.
And to remove a lymph node.
Yeah.
So, and listen, Rach has good health insurance. We are both blessed with that.
Yes, I have a really good doctor. They were all really brilliant.
Say what you want to say about the city of New York. Now, I went through the wonderful authorization process when I was hospitalized with my congestive heart failure.
Oh God!
And they were trying to release me, and I wound up staying extra days because they couldn't get authorization for a life vest, which really sounds awesome, man. Like a magical vest that brings you back to life. Which is basically what it was.
It's basically a defibrillator.
Yeah.
Vest.
You wear a defibrillator, and if your heart stops, it goes boom. So, but they wouldn't approve it. I got denied by a gynecologist. I just love that part.
Yes, that's the best part.
I should have kept that and framed it. So, Rachel's procedure was on Tuesday, and we'll talk about that. But Wednesday we're going out, and I checked the mail, and there's
Oh,
mail from the insurance company, for the hospitalization, and um, it's a denial, not for the procedure per se,
well, for
an aspect of it.
an aspect of it where they had to give. I don't know whether it was the radiation they didn't like or the blue dye they didn't like,
Oh,
but they
whatever it was, they
didn't
didn't
want to
like
pay for something. But I didn't even need the blue dye because I went so radioactive they could just boop boop boop
radioactive.
boop with the gamma rays or whatever that was coming out.
She was radioactive. It's like the song. She was radioactive. But so I looked at that and I went, well, it's already been done. Your doctor knows about the denial. Well, I guess the doctor knows about the denial after the fact. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, fuck them.
But um, I was
I
very
already paid my 110 like you, so I don't.
It's like fuck you.
We'll see what develops in the my chart.
You took your money. You will be happy. So, we got, first off, from my perspective, just so you will know, I don't put my cars in the hands of a valet or public parking. But there was no way I was going to be doing an Uber and putting all this into the hands of an Uber. So we did public parking right across from the hospital, and
Yeah, that worked out.
it worked out. But my receipt was actually texted to my phone. I was like, ah. So it kind of blew my mind that it's like I got one of those QR codes that I had to like put under a machine to
get your car back.
get my car back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, okay.
Well, that's good. It's secure.
Yeah, true. And they did listen to me when I said, "Yeah, I'll be back around 7 or 8 o'clock tonight." They had my car waiting, so it didn't have to, wait for them to dig it out from behind other cars. So that was pretty good. Yes, the song "Radioactive." It's in my head now, Tammy too. What can I say? But I am anal when it comes to things like doctor's appointments and appointments like that. I got to be early.
Yeah, same here.
And it was a good thing because I thought we were going to be an hour early. We were only 45 minutes early. Which,
well, that was fine because like you don't know. You think there's going to be a shit ton more paperwork, but I took care of it all like through the portal. So I did it all ahead, and they just said, "Oh, it's just this paper that you have to sign." I'm like, "Oh, okay. And here's your bracelet. Go upstairs." And I'm like, "Oh, we have 2 hours.
We got a few hours to kill." Oh shit. So, for those who are following on Facebook, I was getting updates on my phone. The patient, Rach got took back to. We were with Rach in the prep room or the waiting room, whatever.
Right in the pre-op area.
Which blew my mind that you can have somebody, you can have 2 people with you.
Yeah, that was really sweet.
I was like, this is cool. So my mother came with us.
Yeah.
And then when Rach got taken back, we went to the waiting area. And the waiting area, you get these updates like the procedure has begun. It's like, ooh, this is like nerve wracking.
How long was it after I walked in there?
About 20 minutes.
Okay, because they were.
Got to get the right radio station on. Who's got the Spotify? And then I got the procedure is continuing as planned. It's like, what kind of a fucking update is that? Then
she's still kicking.
Then the procedure has completed. The patient is in recovery. You will be notified when you can visit. Like, okay. So you're like, so in the meantime, though, it's like you can pick up the patient's medicine.
Well, that was great.
Yeah, I know.
That you could do that and like have something to do during that time, and then
so you have to do it at the end. It's like, I had to just remove the tumor. Can I get my medication? No, I didn't have any of that crap. Mr. Gunn, welcome. So yeah, it was an experience from my end.
Day, like and I felt so bad because they couldn't start the IV where they wanted to start it.
Oh, she's got worse things than I do.
But no, because didn't drink anything from midnight the night before. It was already like 3 o'clock, and you know.
Yeah. Haven't
I was
been
like, my
drinking.
veins usually give. I'm usually very hydrated, and
It's like
so they usually give. So like,
your veins are moving around and staying out of the way.
I guess they were ducking and weaving her, and so she had to put it in my hand.
So that, yeah. So now Paul wants to know: did you start counting backwards when they gave you the anesthesia?
No, it was really weird. I was still trying to like figure everything out. So like and the weird thing too, like they let you walk into the OR. So like they take you down the hall and they're like, "Well, here it is. Go ahead in." And then you walk in, you like realize like, "Oh, this is the real deal. I'm not just going in a bed somewhere. This is the shit." You know? So that's what I thought. I was like, "Oh, this is the real shit. Wow." And so I see like people working over here. I'm like, "Oh wow, I love your shoes," because they have like the bright nursing shoes and I'm like, "Oh, that's really cute," and then they're like, "Just come up on the table, please." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So I come on the table, and then it's very fast moving, so they start to get you ready, and so they lay you down and they put the mask, and you're still aware while they're doing the mask, and they're telling you what they're doing, like putting the things on your back and putting the compression booties, so that you don't catch a blood clot. um so like they explain these things to you as you're like kind of fading away. And then like you like you're talking to the anesthesiologist, and then like everything just kind of fades away, and you hear the same you hear the anesthesiologist saying these numbers and things, but loudly. It feels like it's just like way, way over you, and then you just got fade. So it isn't really a countdown, which I thought was interesting. When I was a child and had surgery, that was the big deal. You're gonna count down from 10, and then you never make it past 7.
But what happened is 6. So Tammy wants to know: because Eric had your watch, did your streak continue? Now,
Yes.
I had her watch in my left pants pocket, my front pants pocket, and every once in a while I'd be like, and it took me a while to figure out. Remember, I had her watch because every once in a while I would get, I guess her watch would like vibrate, and I would be like, "What the hell is that?" My legs twitching. I mean, I might have to. I'm good thing I'm at a hospital, and then I realized, oh wait a second, that's Rachel's watch. Okay, I could have her phone too. So I had everything.
You did.
But
Except for my clothes, because they needed me to have those quicker.
yes. So, but yeah, her she got in her. How much exercise did you get in by the time you came back? You're like, I got all this exercise. I was walking.
I think I had like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
16 minutes.
And you had
because it was walking around before the whole thing,
Yeah.
to the different places, like in the nuclear medicine spot, to get things ready while you're there.
And I had to go walking. Me and my mother walked downstairs, went to the cafeteria, came back up. I had to go back down to the pharmacy, which was further than the cafeteria. This is like a huge campus. It was like being at college without being at college.
Yeah, it's like a 3-block long, 1-block wide hospital.
Yeah. So yes, Don, they walked her in.
Yeah, I walked in there. I was like, "Oh, this is it, isn't it?" I was like, "It's really cold in here," and they get you a heated blanket. I was like, "Oh, thank you." But yeah, like it's just bizarre to walk in there and be like, "Oh, this is it. This is happening right now." They're like, "Yup."
No, yeah, Mr. Gunn, her anesthesia put her out. Like when I had my stents.
Oh yeah, they give I had a breathing tube.
Yeah, when I had my stents, it was don't move, and it was local.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Don says, "Hell with me." They wheeled me in, said bye bye, and injected me with the propofol, and I was gone.
Oh.
Bye bye. Mr. Gunn had a tooth removed, and they gave me the anesthetic. I was aware of everything, but could not feel a thing in my body. So weird.
Oh yeah, that was like the day, like after, or like, that night, and part of the following day.
Well, you can feel your body.
Oh, I could feel my body. I could walk and coordinate myself that way, but like the wound itself and like my throat,
Yep.
didn't really feel that until like the day after.
Tammy, it is what it is. That's why it's only funny because it's the truth. That's why.
Indeed. Yeah.
Donna, Eric, admitted you were roto texting her at that point. Yeah. Listen, I was. I mean, I didn't gain any gray hairs. My gray hairs has been this gray since before I retired. But I was certainly nervous. And I've explained this. It's one thing for you to be the one going under the knife, right? It's like that's you. When it's somebody you love, you're like, oh, I have no control. I have what's going on. There should be I don't, not that I want a viewing stage for this shit.
No.
It's like, wait a
No,
second.
you don't.
Can you imagine that with some
Oh,
of those some of
no.
those mothers? What are you doing to me? No, you can't make the incision there because it'll leave a scar. Don't you know how to sew a wound up? Oh my God! I used to make clothes during the Depression. I could make better. And I was like, oh God, I can see that. I'm just saying, I can see. That's not how I use a watch. Listen, again, it was in my pants pocket, not in my crotch pocket. I don't have a crotch pocket, so But I would forget. I'm like, why the heck is my leg spasming? And it's very
it must
local.
have been the news or something.
And it's something like that. And I was like, why? And I was like, oh, that's right.
But yeah, I just got over 400 move. I didn't close the exercise, but I said, it's not, I didn't lose the move. So
she didn't move, yeah. So now, Tammy, the image of my mother being there is so sweet. Well, here's the thing too. So we were in that pre-op area, right? And Rach isn't even lying down. She's sitting in this like beautiful recliner. It's like, I need one of those. But she's sitting in this recliner.
But I didn't even extend it until I wanted to start the IV. There, I was like, oh, my legs have to be up? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I just sit and wait to fold under my body because I can't ever reach the floor.
So they were trying to give Rach the not the injection, but they tried to get
the IV.
Try to get the IV set for later, the PICC line, basically. And I'm here, and my mother's like this. Hold my hand. I'm like, and Rach is yapping away. Rach is just talking to the anesthesiast, and I was like, hold her hand. I'm like, am I allowed to hold her hand? Yeah, you can hold her. Oh my God!
Oh no, I was funny because she was like, "Oh, you could just grab his hand," and as I started in your right hand, grab him with your left hand.
Tammy, our youngest just had her wisdom teeth out a few weeks ago, and she was so messed up afterwards because they didn't have her count down to be out. So for her, it was like a blink. She hated that.
It's true. It is kind of like a blink because like you're aware going out. And then, like, it's the same fade back in that happens when you wake up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mr. Gunn, my wife has had surgery several times for her back. It's very nerve-wracking.
Yes.
Because you can't do anything but wait and hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really, and that's it, right? Like, listen, I was a cop for 20 years. I'm used to being either in control or being informed. And getting these random text messages to me was like, that was worse than getting nothing. And I was like, you get this notice. Oh,
really? The text made it worse.
Especially the one that the procedure is continuing, or however the heck it was.
I guess they do it at certain intervals.
Yeah, okay. I could probably read the damn text.
Probably like it's like an hour after it starts. They're like, oh, we should let them know it's still going.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, okay, hold on a second. This is everybody. Okay, NYU Langone. So this is how.
That's probably what they do every
Yeah,
hour.
yeah. So Tuesday, 3:51 p.m. NYU Langone. The patient's procedure has started. Sometime later, because I don't have a timestamp on it.
Ah,
The procedure is proceeding as planned. Well, thank God for that you can give me an update. It's proceeding as planned. The patient is in recovery. We will message you when you can visit.
she says she's too stoned right now.
Now, please proceed to a pharmacy to begin the RX process. And then at 6:10, so 2 hours and essentially 20 minutes after the procedure started, the patient is ready for a visit.
Mhm.
With that being said, Rach was released less than an hour later. Once we could go back, it's all right, girl, get your clothes on, get your ass moving.
Yep. Yeah, they want you walking like, so that you don't catch blood clots, and they want you up, they want you oriented. Not to mention the fact that it's the end of the day and it's a day surgery thing. So they're
That's
like,
right.
hurry up,
We all want to
we
go
gotta get out of
home.
here.
I want my downtime from my 12-hour shift, damn it.
It's like, you have to be ready by a certain time. So they're like, take this thing and breathe in it.
Yeah, stop. All right, you can stop breathing in that device now. Stop. You could, if you're really attached to it, you can take it home. Blow the ball. All right, stop blowing the ball. You're doing fine. You're doing good. I mean, nice, beautiful hospital. Don't get me wrong.
It is.
I am not, and I'm a connoisseur of hospitals after 2020.
Oh yeah, because you have that steak and lobster plate.
Steak and lobster. I don't think they had steak and lobster, but they had a full menu. A full menu.
Oh yeah, because they would call you and be like, "Oh no, sir, you can't have any pizza because you have
you've
completed your allotment of carbohydrates for today.
Yes.
Would you like to choose this or that?"
Yes, and then you got and I would get the hello, Mr. Stein. Yes. I know you like your diet ginger ale, but shouldn't you think of maybe having tea with ice? Like, why? Because diet and it has slight like Indian accent. Diet sodas, although okay for you because of your diabetes, are not good for you because of the diet. No matter diabetes, just diet. I was like, oh, jeez, come on, I'm in the hospital. Can you at least give me the guy next to me? The guy in the bed next to me. I had for like 4 days. He's like every night. I need snacks. I need cookies.
Oh,
I
that
need
would have
ice
been
cream.
me. That would have been me.
That's
That was
like-
me as a child. That's why,
Yeah.
like, at 7 coming out of surgery, I was like, I need a lollipop. My throat hurts.
Give
Lollipop. I want a lollipop.
me lollipop.
No lollipop. I'm pulling your tie. I'm punching and kicking. And
I'm gonna cause troubles if there's no.
And now I look
lollipop.
back, I'm like, how the hell did I punch and kick and pull ties? I couldn't move when I came out of this one.
So that Rach look
My
at
options though were saltine or graham cracker, and I was like, oh, graham
graham
crackers.
crackers. So listen, you can see Rach is doing well.
Yeah.
She's in good spirits. She's we went for did we go for a walk on Wednesday or go shopping on Wednesday?
We went shopping on Wednesday to the Costco because your mom was
Okay.
talking about it like on Tuesday in the car coming home from the hospital. She was like, oh, we got to get to Costco. And I was like, yeah, we got to get to Costco, girl. And so we did. And yeah. And then Thursday and Friday.
Uh-huh.
Wait, Thursday we had that day. And then Friday we had a really nice walk in the park.
Okay. Yeah. Thursday's the day we shan't talk about.
Yeah.
But I may have gotten extra grays. Just saying.
Gotten what?
Extra gray hairs. Not that you could tell. Maybe some of my balding spot in the middle that's kind of thinning. Maybe that thinned a bit more.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with any health issues over here in this. But it was just a stressful day. So, but Rach can crack jokes and smile. And by the way, me with my sciatica, I have done more bending in the last
Are
5
you
days.
feeling better? Is it helping?
No. I've been doing more bending in the last 5 days than I probably done in the last 5 months. It's like oh, I got to clean up after the dog. She missed the pad. Oh, you fucking!
And the nurse was going, "Oh no, she can't walk the dog. You have to take the leash for the dog. She can walk, but she can't take the leash."
And this is all.
Yeah.
This is all exactly against what the doctor said. Which
She
was,
was like, "No restrictions.
no restrictions. Do whatever you want. You can do jumping jacks the next day. Just make sure you're wearing the right bra.
No, she never said jumping jacks. You know.
Rach, if you can't take a joke, why did you marry me? That's all I can say. You gotta. I was saying, can Rach, can Rach split? Can she split the firewood for us for our stove? Because it's getting cold. We're gonna have a cold today. High of 52.
Mom's like, she can't do the garbage.
Oh my god!
It's so sweet. She's like, she can't do the garbage. It's you have to do the garbage, Eric.
Take the bag. Take the. Guys, don't pick that up. Give it to Eric. It's like, all right, well, put
like shopping too. So we're like, put that down. Eric will come for it.
Yes. It's like, I need another set of arms. Oh, it's like, oh my god. So that is the hospitalization procedure and post. Rach has been doing pretty good.
Yes.
They gave her those special medications, the ones that are happy. Tylenol with the C word. Co as in join, as in happy join. But hasn't needed any.
No.
So if we turn into the world of Fallout, we have our
we have a little currency.
We have a little currency.
Very little,
Not a lot, but maybe enough. Maybe just to be able to get to a checkpoint, just in case. So now other events that have been going on. I'll keep in the health realm first before we step a little bit out that and go into still healthy but different.
So I go back on Wednesday to have my wound checked.
Yes.
And or my incision checked, and then they are supposed to give me the results of the biopsies for the lymph node and I guess the margin area. So let's see what Wednesday brings for that.
Right. So
and that's it.
Rach's doing pretty good. We're both pretty happy, but the game ain't over yet. But we're both feeling really.
Yeah, we got through this, and this is great. Yeah. So just.
Yeah.
We'll see what else comes.
So now my stress of this week was, oh look, I have to renew 2 of my prescriptions, and they're both brand name. There's no generics, and Tresto and
Corindia.
I want to say Kendra, but that would be Rocky's wife, and that wouldn't work. So I was in Tooth Girl, got great meds too, and didn't need any. Didn't really work. Then she got a dry socket when she went back to college, and they had to come back. Ooh,
no,
that doesn't sound like fun. So I was like, oh, all right. Well, let me see. A lot of times you get this patient assist, but as an aside, though, I am on 5 non-generic medications, and
all still under patent.
Which means that it's not like it's $10 for it. Generic. You're still paying. Some of them have patient assist. So today I had to go online and give my authorization because it's more than $10 to renew my 2 prescriptions, and one which had a quoted price of I think $900 and some odd dollars, thankfully went down to $10 with the patient assist. That's 3 months. But the other one, the Corendia, was like 1,000 for 3 months. I mean, medications are ridiculous. But you need this stuff to live. So I'm looking to change my prescription plan in the new year. So this plan's good if you like just gonna get like pneumonia every once in a while and be on like Cipro or some shit like that. But if you're actually gonna be like
You know what? It's fine if you have conditions that
that are
um
don't require specialized medication.
well, they're specialized
They've
medications,
been
but
around
they're
for a while.
medications that the pharmaceuticals don't make a hell of a lot of money off of because they've been around, and the treatment is the treatment. Like for my Hashimoto's, the treatment is Synthroid or like levothyroxine. So
Right.
you take the levothyroxine. This is what people have done for years and years and years.
Right.
And it's the first line, and if it works, you just stay with it, and I don't have to pay for it. It comes
Right.
free from the plan. The um, metoprolol, that comes free too from the
Right.
plan,
So like my brand
like for my
name
pressure.
non-generics are Entresto and Brilinta. Entresto is for heart failure. Brilinta is to not cholesterol med, but it's supposed to keep the arteries clear and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword
Yeah,
because, like, thank God they're doing all
it's a
this
blood thinner.
research and finding these medications that
Yes,
can help people. But shame on the whole
the whole
concept of let's keep it on patent for like all these years and find new uses
right,
for it so we can do so.
right.
That's kind of
So
easy.
I'm on those two. I am on Farxiga for my type 2 diabetes. Also helps with heart failure and also helps with the
Kidney
kidney.
protection.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a threefer. Okay. Now I'm on a new additional medication for diabetes, which is also still on patent, although not expensive as the others. So that's going to be another pain in the ass. And then I am on the Corendia. Now, the Corendia, the whole question was my potassium was up, and if my potassium stayed up after getting retested, we were going to probably drop the Corendia or put me on additional medication to balance out the potassium. Folks, there's only one thing worse than getting old. Not getting old. Right? That's kind of the saying. Like if you're not getting old, then you're not alive, right? You've already
Right. You're not growing. You're not evolving.
or you've already punched your clock. Yeah, you punched your clock. You're already off the playing field. You've passed, right? Because as long as you're getting old, you're here. So part of getting old, and I'm gonna just when you're young, when I was in my 20s and I was working at Stearns Department Store, I was like, health insurance, man. Can I like opt out? And they're like, no, you can't opt out. Thank God they said that. I was like, I'm young. What do I need that for? And then when you got into the police academy, health insurance was, hey, you got it. You didn't have to pay into it if you got GHI. Yet I knew somebody who it was more important for them to get $1,000 a year. Not going to mention their name.
Yeah.
But they would rather get $1,000 a year not to have health insurance. Okay, that was in the academy. They opted out. By the time,
how do you opt out and not get caught?
Well,
Because you have to have it.
Well, now you do.
Well, I guess at that time, maybe not because of Obama.
Right, yeah. So, 5 years later, this person was HIV positive. So I don't know what was going on with the healthcare
at that time.
Yeah. So,
wow.
I mean, honestly, that's the one thing that you can't play around with. So
No.
I'm going to opt into a more expensive prescription plan up front, which would still save me thousands on the end. But this is the reality of the world that we live in, especially if you're living in the United States. There's a pros and cons to other systems. I know people up in Canada a relative
Mm.
who I think waited
Many years.
many years to get an MRI done of her shoulder. In pain,
Yeah.
couldn't move it fully. Had to wait, I think, 2.5 years before they could do an MRI to see what the issue was.
Oh wow.
Here, if I need an MRI, I'm in the machine. Like it could be the same day.
I mean, you have to wait for your authorizations and that kind of stuff, but if you're commercial,
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's not. There's a lot of things that it is more routine to have these things done in the states than
Yeah,
in other countries
definitely.
that have socialized or paid for our healthcare for everybody that doesn't exist. So there's pros and cons to all this stuff. I don't know enough about it. I just know from our perspective what we've gone through. I mean, who knows what kind of a bill we're gonna potentially wind up with
From this.
for the procedure that was disapproved the day after it already happened.
But I prepaid, so it's got to be worth something.
I prepaid my $100.
No, 400.
400. My $400. Okay.
No, wait, I lied. It's like 350 or something like that. It's 100 and I don't know. It was 100 in the nuclear medicine. I think it was like three and change in the big part. Yeah.
I think I think it was two. Two for the
I think you might be
hospitalization.
right. Two
For the hospitalization.
surgery thing.
Yeah, it's been that way since I had my biopsy. It's 200.
I think you're right.
Yeah, because in 2020, I racked up $200 bills like 3 times. Yeah, Tammy. Thankfully, I have great insurance, and thankfully, we haven't had a huge need for it.
Yeah.
I just had my blood work done and met with my doctor. All my numbers were solidly in the middle and average. Nice.
Good for you.
Nice. I mean, listen, the 2 weeks leading up to this week, I had 5 doctor's appointments in 2 weeks. I mean, and I got 2 referrals I have to follow up on. So, Shadow, welcome. Good to see you. So that's, I think that we can wrap up the medical aspect of health.
Yeah.
What do you think? All right. So we told you about our garden, our hydroponics with the 30 plants. Well, this week, the plants all but the mint have their true leaves, and a lot of them have roots coming out of the bottom of their little individual containers. So I got to thinning over the last 2 days, and that means that depending on the plant, you go down to 3 or just 1. So that was nerve wracking. The only one I couldn't thin was mint. And then in about I don't know, a week and a half, we're supposed to change the water out. So I think that we will then, and when we change the water out, we'll actually do the fertilizer then, because hopefully the mint will either have established.
That's how they
roots.
say to do it.
Well, I think they want you to do it.
Put
now,
it in the big water.
but then you're gonna have to empty it out anyway. So then why?
Mm.
I think it can. I don't think it's gonna be much of a surprise for the plant to go. I gotta last for another week. Oh, that's okay. I can do it. We'll see. Careful that mint will take over the whole system. It'll take over your. We have a patch of mint in the backyard that did that. Front yard, not so much.
Yeah, the front yard, like it didn't expand much. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have our strawberry mint. We have our mojito mint. We have
our Kentucky Kernel,
and some regular peppermint in the front. But it doesn't really. The backyard it seems to take much better.
I think we just have too many bulbs up there.
We got way too many, and they're more every year. Yeah. My mother's like, we got to get more bulbs into the front yard. We're going to be stacking them. We're going to be like, it's going to be like bodies on Pauper's Island. It's like, how many bulbs can we fit in a single hole? 17? Put them in. It's like, ugh. Did you not know you were mint snobs? I like mint.
I love any herbal kind of thing. Yeah.
Mint is fun. Uh, when we had our local pub, a lot of times in summertime, I would just as I'd walk down to the pub, I'd stop at my garden and pull a piece of mint and just chew it for the way down to the pub.
Mm-hmm.
Freshen my breath naturally. I always thought that was a lot of fun. So, but yeah, our garden is doing very well. I'm thrilled with it. I swear to God, it is fun. So I'm glad we got that as our
Yeah.
anniversary present.
It's exciting to see it come along.
Yeah,
Mm.
and oh, that's right, Rachie. Our anniversary is in like what 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Mm-hmm.
What day of the week is our anniversary?
I don't know. The 5th November.
All right, so I don't know. I have to look at the calendar. Is there a calendar in the bottom of my computer? Of course not. But here
There.
it is. Yes, there is. Hold on. So the 5th is it's a Sunday.
Ah.
So look at that. So we'll be doing this the night before.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Holy crap! I'm gonna be right this one, right? 12 years. 12 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, now Tammy's saying it's Saturday. Hold on a second. No, no, no. November 5th
This is
is.
October you're looking at.
Yeah, but here's November down here
Oh.
in the grayed out area. So the 5th, daylight savings.
Hmm.
So we're gonna. Yeah, Sunday. Yep. And it starts daylight savings.
Mm-hmm.
So now we are obviously not a surprise. We're not going to Game Hall this year. We had talked about it earlier in the year, and then last Sunday when Expedia sent me an email, do you still wish to retain your hotel in Madison? Holy crap, we got to cancel that shit. So yeah, you know, I I like Game Hall. Game Hall's a lot of fun, but there's just been so many moving parts this past year, and especially with the health scare with Rach, we were like,
Yeah, and we don't know what the instructions are gonna be from
yeah,
Wednesday, so
because one of the things that we'll find out next week if there's I guess I have more of an idea. Maybe we won't find out if radiation is going to be in the future.
you usually have to start that like
She said 6 to 8 weeks.
6 weeks or something.
Six
After
to 8 weeks after surgery.
Yeah.
So we'll have to prep and ready it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming that's out at the Queen's office. It better be. I'll cause trouble. What do you mean?
I'll go wherever they're giving it.
I know.
Mhm.
I'm just saying.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. But today is the first day of fall that really feels like fall.
Yeah, it's chilly today.
Yeah, I think it reached like 52, 53 degrees.
Yeah.
Rainy,
Mhm.
miserable. Hey, did you know something? Our Filipinos are no longer killing cats. They've quieted down.
They've quieted down a bit, yeah.
I'm wondering if somebody called. It wasn't us. Went on later.
They still have music and they're chatting.
Yeah,
You can hear
but
them going.
they were thinking that they were a bowling alley back in the late '80s, where it's where your bowling ball vibrated as it went down the alley from the loud, house sale music. Yes, that's not this neighborhood. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I think you mentioned daylight savings. I think this is the last year where we're changing the
Is
clocks
it?
around. I thought so.
Did they decide that?
I don't know if they ever decide anything. God only effing knows. They talk about things and they talk about things, and when the vote comes, everybody goes,
No, I wasn't there.
uh, I voted present. Why'd you vote present? I thought it was Christmas and I thought we were getting presents.
Mhm.
Yes, I want a present. No, it's yes, yay or nay. Present. I'm sorry. I detest politics. I really do. Um, so you do all realize that we are entering the 12-month calendar year of political hell that
Mm-hmm.
will be coming up. So if you are on social media, I know I did this for the last cycle, the presidential cycle. There was an app you could install on your computer on Google Chrome that would automatically block political posts that were from the left or from the right. I would do both of them, and I did that. And
Mm.
my God, it was such a better experience. But failing that, my suggestion as things start getting heated is to avoid the general Facebook feed. Stick to groups that are non-political, that are gaming or health related or your interests, and things that are well moderated, so you don't have to. Oh my God, there's the fucking
Yeah,
feedback.
they're not gonna stop.
No, I didn't say they were gonna
It was
stop.
just a lull.
But and by the way, it's another birthday because it's always a fucking birthday when they're doing their karaoke because they believe that if it's a birthday they can't get in trouble. Uh, but yeah, I'm already uh, dreading the immediate future of social media.
Hmm.
So now something totally completely different. Rob Conley on this very channel on the RPG live stream, Random Party Generator, launched his latest Kickstarter for how to build a fantasy sandbox, and it's already surpassed $5,000 in funding. He's doing very well. Mr. Gunn, I am not looking forward to this garbage year either. Actually, I'm not
Mm.
looking forward to garbage in New York City. They're going to be making us buy new garbage pails.
Speaking of garbage,
Yeah, speaking of garbage, you're going to buy new garbage pails. And they got to be able to be set up by the curb. Certain neighborhoods are going to lose parking. I've already heard.
oh, because it has to be in the street, not on the curb.
Yeah, something like
Oh
that. Yeah.
shit!
Yeah. So, JR, welcome. Tammy, my Facebook feed is filled with recipes, RPG, and work related posts. I do not want it filled with political stuff.
That's good.
That's the way it should be. I mean, you know,
It creeps in there no matter what, anyway,
right.
because some people are really stuck on it.
Yep. Tennis, you can get large speakers and point them at the house at 0500 and play reveille.
Really?
What I'd actually do is we have a block rocker,
They do.
which is pretty much a single speaker sound system. I don't need to get like
No, you know what? We'll do the block rocker and we'll have the microphone because we have microphones in this house,
yes,
and we'll just plug in the microphone and we'll do singing bowls.
you know. Well, we can.
At 5 a.m.
We,
followed by reveille.
well, no. We do like SOD,
Oh.
Stormtroopers of Death. That's what I did when my friend Kenny was my roomie here, and we had neighbors across the alley that used to play, I guess like Indian music at like top maximum volume late into the night. So we took my old boombox and we played SOD, and I think we played Premenstrual Princess Blues and that dot in your head doesn't help you see. Speak English or die. Yeah, I think we blasted that, and then they had more regular
Oh.
volume of music. So I mean, I don't know. I don't think I have any angry
That's
Filipino
really
song.
mean, though.
Yes, we were occasionally
Going at their third eye. That's so bad.
I'm sorry, listen,
So bad.
that's what I was in my 20s. I wasn't
The actualized human that you are now.
let's not take it that far. Actualized human. It's like, did you get a third eye? Huh? I got four eyes when I wear my glasses. Don't have a third eye. Yes, it's a comedy show. Tammy, it's always a comedy show. Okay. I think Rach is already panicking because if and when our bar reopens as a Nepalese restaurant slash bar, they're gonna have an open mic night. And I think Rach is already like, no, my husband better not go down and do open mic.
I mean, you can do it, yeah, but
just don't do it when I'm around. Yeah.
Quiet down.
Don't I I see, I'm not gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna do knock knock jokes. Knock knock. Why, you're not playing along?
Yeah, I don't think you'll do a knock knock. I know you won't.
JR says it's very good to see you.
It's
Hail
good to
Rachel.
see you. Thank you.
Yes, song Premenstrual Princess Blues. and it screamed. And it's I think it's something like Premenstrual Princess Blues, Premenstrual Princess Blues, Premenstrual Princess Blues. And then you hear, I'm dropping blood somethings the size of bowling balls, which we found extremely amusing in our young 20s. Because when you're young 20s and you're a guy, you're essentially a teenager.
Yes.
And has a job. It's not like you're actually mature or anything. So for the time, it was.
I feel like bad for this poor lady.
Mr. Gunn, Tanker Rich, you are so right. Laugh a lot. That Eric is a rude boy. Sometimes you gotta be. Sometimes, Orb Codex, welcome. Yeah, I said SOD and he immediately thought Special Operations Division. Blast that dispatch at them. Yeah, but you see, New York City, SOD is going to be like ESU, Harbor. I'm not near enough for Harbor. Aviation, and I'm in a boring neighborhood for any ESU jobs. I swear. So,
by God's grace.
By God's grace is right. Thank God. I don't think I've ever seen like ESU in this neighborhood. Actually, driving down any of the streets in the last since I've been retired, at the very least.
I mean, maybe on 52nd there was a house where there was an EDP kind of guy.
Oh, okay. Did you see that like going to work one day?
Maybe. Can't remember, but like just he was sick for a little while and he had several episodes like close together.
All right.
Where they had a call for him.
Okay. Tammy, I literally drive to New York City to see you in an open mic.
Yeah. All right, he's gonna have to do an open mic.
Oh, jeez. You God. See, my humor's an acquired taste. You gotta. But I've used humor as a cop. I used it when I was training the civilians at our civilian complaint review board, the investigators that oversaw cops who committed fatal offenses, force abuse of authority, discourteous, offensive language, and they were very quick to. Yes, that cop said, "What the fuck are you doing?" And like right away, they were ready to like jump on the cop for offensive language, and I had to do a presentation with them. And I always remember that one video on YouTube that's like, I don't know, probably 2 decades old now. One of the first ones on YouTube that was hitting millions of views, and it was the word "fuck" and the multiple uses of "fuck." And it's that announcer voice going through the whole thing. And fuck is a noun. Fuck is a verb.
No, that was Nicolas Cage. They had.
Oh, is that Nicolas Cage?
Yes, they had like it was this whole thing about the F word, and all the different uses of it, and and he was like explaining it in this like very scholarly type of voice and showing like footage of how it would be used in certain movies to illustrate whatever point he was making.
Okay. Or
maybe it was on the
I think it was
Netflix.
Yeah, but there was another one earlier than that, Rach.
Oh.
There was. SOD is a citywide channel. Should be busy. See, the only citywide channels I ever had access to was Citywide 1 and Citywide 2. Although in a 2-6, I worked next to our ESU people. They were very good to me when I had jobs that required ESU. They were spot on. Uh, my explosive at Columbia University, which Columbia thought was an explosive, my sector car thought was an explosive. I thought it was an explosive. It had pretty lights and wires and made a boop boop sound and was in front of a classroom, just sitting there. And I got ESU to the scene, and ESU went, holy shit, and backed off immediately. And they went to notify the bomb squad, but their sergeant showed up, and their sergeant calmly looked over there, looked at it, and said, "Anybody know what this professor teaches?" And one security guard goes like, "Oh yeah, some like creative arts class." He goes,
Oh.
Did anybody think this was an art project?" And we're like, "Huh?"
Oops.
And this is This is summer of 2000 and well, early fall of 2002. So it's 9/11.
Yeah,
It's
the
still like
anniversary. Yeah,
you
yeah,
st-
yeah.
it not you know it 9/11 still in your mind. And then sure enough, it was a fucking school project, man. But yeah, ESU saved my bacon with FDNY at least twice because FDNY likes to tear things apart. I don't blame them. If you paid me to tear shit apart and take no responsibility afterwards, I would tear shit apart and walk away. And I had a livery. The guy had a heart attack and went into New York City scaffolding everywhere. Scaffolding by CCNY, and FD's there, and they're all pulling out the ropes, and they're getting all this shit together, and they're having a great time. And the issue was like, "Hey, boss, just so you know, with the protocols, this is a FD job." I'm like, okay, they're gonna pull that car out, and all that shit's gonna come tumbling down, and you're gonna have a hell of a fucking scene. They'll be leaving a sector car here for days with the amount of scaffolding that's coming down. I'm like, shit. He goes, listen, you see that chief there with the white hat? I'm like, yeah, with the white helmet. Just ask him for his name for your book. I go, what? Just ask him. Just trust me on this. And I walk up to the chief. I'm like, hey, chief. And he looks at me like, what? What's your name? Why? I just need it for my activity log because you're pulling the car out. I just want to know under whose authority. Next thing you know, we're out of here. And they were perfect. They were like an army unit.
And who
Wrapped it up,
knew?
and within a minute they left the
Wow.
scene. They were gone. And then the issue was like, yeah, we've already called the contractor that's in charge of this scaffolding. They'll be down here in about 30 minutes. I was like, wow. So when they say that ESU are the cops for cops, as a boss, as a sergeant, especially a new jack that I was, holy shit, they were spot on awesome. Mr. Gunn, problems today. The kids aren't old enough to remember what an effing joke is. Everything is so serious and everyone is offended about something. Well, and that's the thing. If you're not offending somebody with your joke, it probably isn't funny. Right? I mean, you know, let's be honest. You've got to be able to pick a few scabs to be effectively funny. Um, Makes me think of George Carlin's Dirty Words. Well, yeah. So, but my quick story with that was, I'm approaching, and it had to be like 50 new hires, new investigators. My two detectives that were with me knew what I was going to do. They were just smiling, waiting for it. So I said, "Listen, you're all city employees now. You're all part of the mix. You need to understand what that means. Okay, you're civil servants." So I was in the academy. I'm in the police academy for about 6 months, and sitting down for dinner with my parents. And my mother goes, "Please don't use that language at the table." And I was like, "What fucking language is that?" She goes, "That." Oh, that what? What the fuck? Mom was like, "That. You're using the F word." I go, "I'm not fucking using the F word. You're bullshitting me." I was like, "Do you hear yourself?" I go, "What the fuck are you talking about?" She's like, "You're cursing nonstop." I'm not fucking cursing. You're out of your fucking mind. because I told him, when you become a civil servant, when you are in this culture, when your days don't end, when you get handed bags of shit and all that stuff, your way of releasing that stress is you generally start cursing. And everybody around you curses because that's the culture. So, like I said, it's one thing if the cop says to your complainant, "You're a fucking asshole. Go fuck yourself." Ooh, that's directed at your complainant. But if the cop in a heavy situation goes, "What the fuck's going on?" Yeah. What do you know? What the fuck's going on? He's not using offensive language in a way that should be offensive to the individual because it's not personal. And hopefully, when I did that training, hopefully that kind of landed on a few heads because you know I got to know some of those investigators in the year after that, and I got to say most of them were probably assholes, but few of them were coming back with, Sarge, you were right. They weren't cursing at the person. They were. It was a stressful situation, and that was
Right. It's just like that. There's a certain way that you tolerate certain language.
right.
You don't tolerate it when it's used to describe somebody or take someone's power away or something
Yep.
like that. But, just when they're like describing a situation, not necessarily a person,
Right.
or gearing that language toward a person, which I always let people rock with however they wanted to express themselves in group because um that's just how they did it. It also is like, whatever, there's certain words that it's hard for people to come up with alternatives to that have the same meaning to them.
Have the same impact.
Yes.
Mr. Gunn makes a good point. The Human Resources Manual literally says it does not matter what your intent is.
Yeah.
It is up to the listener to decide if they are offended or not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, with humor without offense is probably not going to be very humorous.
Yes.
It's probably not going to be very funny. I I said hello to someone in Arabic and got in trouble. Like, what the fuck? When did shalom become an insult? A few months ago, someone was offended because someone didn't like Turkish delights as a dessert. That was Tammy.
Yeah, I'm not fond of that.
If you ain't offended, it ain't funny. Yes, that's pretty much my stance on this. God forbid it was not Reese's peanut. Yes, it wasn't Reese's cups. It was Turkish delight. Um, so this is my college freshman dropped the F bomb 3 times with me, just casually, and she was shocked by her own self. It was so funny. It's college culture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
certainly. Cursing is like salt. Some salt makes the dish taste good. Too much, and it leaves a bad taste in the air.
Yeah.
Certainly. Certainly. Sometimes the F word makes a great substitution for punctuation. Well, the F bomb, the word fuck, is an adjective, it's a noun, it's a verb, it's an adverb, it's almost like a pronoun. It is very flexible in every way that you want to use it. But yeah, I use it less than I used to, but I still probably overuse it. As my son said when he was a kid, and I caught him dropping the F bomb, we were driving. I'm like, dude, what the hell? And he was like
I'm
12.
surprised you didn't say what the fuck.
No, I said, what the hell? I was trying to be good. He's like, what the
Yeah.
hell? I go, what are you gonna say when people ask you where you learn that language? I goes, oh, if they're gonna ask me where I learned it, I'm gonna say my mother. God rest her soul. She's passed, but I was like, at the time she was alive. I'm like, okay, I could deal with that. But if they ask me how I learned how to use it, I'm gonna say my father. And I looked at him and he goes, nobody can curse like you do. I was like, that's because I'm a cop. Don't ever forget that. So, you know, it came with the job. Oh wow, we've hit the hour mark and then some, and I
Mhm.
do believe that we have a visitor within the house. My ears, I don't have Rachel's ears. They can like, I have bionic hearing, like she's like the bionic woman, but only for ears. Surprised you can't like twitch them, right?
Well, that would give it away, you know.
I do believe our niece Shannon is spending the night, so before the head pops in, we're gonna wrap this up. So, thank you so much for everybody
Thank
who's
you
reached
for
out.
all the support that everybody sent, all the positive energy, the prayers, the flowers,
Yeah, the
the
flowers. Holy shit!
stories of loved ones. Just thank you. It really helped me a lot.
This is a great community, not just the Gamers House community, but the OSR community, the gaming community, and it's a blessing to be part of it. So I really feel that way.
Yeah.
I couldn't ask for anything better. So, other than that, the usual: be safe, be well, God bless, world is nice, world and well.
Take great care of yourself.
Mr. Gunn has the last joke because we're getting out of here.
Mhm.
How New Yorkers make friends. What are you looking at? F you, no, F you, F you. Hey, you know I'm right.
Yeah, that's just good morning, you know.
Yeah, hey, what are you looking at? Nothing. All right, good. Keep doing that. Can I tell you? All right, gents, ladies, catch you later.